Hey guys, today we're going to keep talking about ordered pairs and coordinate plane. We have a problem up here at the top, and the problem says Cameron is saving to buy a $12 action figure. He adds $2 to his big piggy bank each week. Complete the rest of the chart and then use it to graph the amount of money Cameron has at the end of each week. So we can see over here we have a chart. And inside of the chart, I have the weeks listed in blue. I have the amount of money that he saved in pink. And then we also have a column for ordered pairs for creating those ordered pairs. The first thing that we're going to look at is we're going to look back in the problem and see where it says that he adds $2 to his piggy bank each week. So he does this each week. Each week he puts back $2. So week 1, he started with $2. Week 2, then he had $4. Week 3, then he had $6. Week 4, how much money is he going to have put back at week 4? Right, he's going to have $8 put back. So we know that that number goes there. And then week 5, how much money is he going to have put back there? So he should have $10 put back. Now, does he have enough for his $12 action figure yet? No, he doesn't. He only has $10 put back, okay? So if he only has $10 put back, then we need to extend our chart down to week 6 here, okay? So on week 6, how much money would he have put back? Okay. Good, it would be $12. And what we've got to do now is we've got to come up with our ordered pairs. When we talk about ordered pairs, we know that ordered pairs are inside a set of parentheses, and they are separated by a comma. So we have to make sure that when we write those ordered pairs, they are written inside a set of parentheses separated by a comma. So I'm going to go ahead and write those parentheses and commas down. Alright, now that I've written those down, we know that an ordered pair is made up of two different coordinates. We have our x-coordinate and we have our y-coordinate. In this problem, our week is going to be our x-coordinate. So I'm going to do it in blue. My first one is going to be 1. What's the y-coordinate going to be on this ordered pair? So on this ordered pair here, my y-coordinate is going to be 2. Okay, so what about the next one? 2 weeks, $4 saved. So my x-coordinate is going to be the 2, my y-coordinate is going to be the 4. Okay, so think about what these next ordered pairs would look like. I'm going to go ahead and start to write those down. And if you remember correctly, when we have an ordered pair, we have to follow that specific ordered pair. So maybe your teacher has talked about napping or going horizontally on the x-axis before you wake up in the morning and then you move up the y. So our ordered pairs over here tell us the direction we have to go on our coordinate plane. And anytime we are using our coordinate plane to graph, we always have to start at the 0, which is otherwise known as the origin, okay? So if I want to plot, but really before I start plotting, I need to catch myself, because we've recently talked about line graphs, and we've talked about how we need to make sure that our graphs are labeled. And right now, I see 3 labels. I see the x-axis, the y-axis, and the 0. So I need to go through and make sure that my graph is labeled. For my x-axis, I'm going to have my weeks. So I'm going to list my weeks on there. And then for my y-axis, I'm going to have it as the money saved. So and notice that I did decide to count by twos over there just because it was easier for me knowing that that's what the increments of the weeks saved were. And I'm actually going to change that. Okay, I'm going to change it back to single digits because when we're graphing on a coordinate plane, that's really what we're going to see there. Okay, so excuse this real quick. I'm thinking still a little bit more with line graphs rather than with coordinate grids. Okay, so as we're going through, okay, we're ready to start graphing. And as I was saying before, we want to make sure that we start at our origin. Okay, so my first point there is 1, 2. So how would I start to get to 1, 2? Okay, what would be my direction as far as where I'm going to plot that? And I'm going to grab a different color marker. I'm going to grab my brown one to plot that point down. So for 1, 2, that tells me that I need to go over 1 on the x-axis and go up 2 on the y-axis. 1, 2. And I'm going to plot that point right there where those lines interconnect. So where that perpendicular line intersects, that's where I'm going to plot that point at. Okay? So the next one I have is 2, 4. If you were to describe to me where I would need to plot 2, 4, how might you do that? Good. So hopefully you would say, well, you're going to go over to the right 2, and then you're going to need to go up 4. And again, I would plot that point right there. Okay. So the next one is 3, 6. I'm going to go over 3, up 6. The next one is 4, 8. So I'm going to go over 4. I'm going to go up 8. The next one is 5, 10. So I'm going to go over 5. I'm going to go up 10. And the last one that I had to add down here was 6, 12. And it looks like for my y-axis, I only went up to 11. So I'm going to add another line there real quick. So there's my 12. And now I can go ahead and plot for 6, 12. So going over to my 6, going up to 12, and plotting that point right there. Okay, so now we have 2 questions down here to answer. The first question says, how many weeks will it take Cameron to save enough money to buy the action figure? How many weeks? Well, I need to look at my weeks column over here, and he's trying to save $12. So under which week did he save $12? If you said week 6, you are correct. So I'm going to write 6 weeks down there, making sure that I have it labeled with weeks so I know what you're talking about. Okay? My last question says, if Cameron wanted to keep saving until he had enough money to buy 2 action figures at a savings of 2 for $20, so it was like a deal, 2 for $20, how long would he have to save? So I would need my money saved column to get all the way down to 20. If this pattern continues, and look at what type of pattern that is there, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. How many weeks or how long would he need to save until he had $20? Well, if I think about it, week 7 he would have 14. Week 8 he would have 16. Week 9 he would have 18. And week 10 he would have 20. So it would take him 10 weeks in order to save up for 2 for 20. Okay? So hopefully you guys are starting to really understand coordinate planes and graphing and ordered pairs. We've got kind of an inside look into using tables, which we're going to get into in the coming weeks as well. So make sure if you have any questions that you let your teacher know.